Hey, we're back at the top again today here with a video series that I kind of wanted to do as we bring back the channel uploads here in 2021 and prepare to see all this Christmas stuff up. I have no idea how long this series is going to go for, so probably into the spring, maybe summer. I have no idea at all. But basically, with all of the generations going on now, I kind of wanted to give a tier list on all of the final evolutions of each generation. Call it a top 10 video, but I really don't know. I just wanted to do this as we came back. It's really fun. I've seen many people do this, so we're gonna start with Generation 1, and unfortunately, this is the only one, aside from Generation 8, that doesn't have the Pokemon Shuffle icons, so we're stuck with the Ken Sugimori artwork, so that really sucks. I can't believe this would happen. So basically how this works is, you kind of have the S tier, the Magnificent tier. It's so great. It's like just mind-blowingly fantastic. And then we get to the F tier, which stands for fantastic. No, it stands for it's utter trash. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna make this the Magirna tier, okay? It's gonna be great. So we're gonna start off with Venusaur, and honestly, my opinion on this, it's not the greatest starter. I mean, the starters are obviously classics, but in my eyes, the starters just don't stand out to me much. So if I rate this at all, like any which way, then it's kind of hard to like agree or disagree. It's like an unbalanced scale, really. And Venusaur's not bad, but it's not fantastic. And that's all I can say for it. And remember, a lot of these are based off of, you know, design and battle prowess. Those are the main keys here I look at this. And the thing with Charizard is fantastic design. Great starter. Overrated as fuck. So we go into the C for Charizard, because it does not need any more attention than it already has, okay? It does not. So then we move on to Blastoise, and honestly, I'm gonna put Blastoise in the B tier. I like Blastoise just as much as I like the Venusaur here. But nothing really is substantial about it, you know? I mean, Mega Blastoise is fine, but that's now retcon. Thanks, GameFreak. I hate Dynamax. But I just can't put it up into the A tier. There's just so many potentially good ones, and it's you know, it's really tough. Butterfree, we move on to Butterfree, and honestly, I can't get past these two bugs. Mega Beedrill is cool, but frail, and doesn't even exist anymore. Please bring back Megas, I beg of you. Honestly, I can just put the bugs into C tier. In fact, I probably want to put Beedrill into D tier, because without the Mega, like, I don't really care about it at all. And the same thing goes with, I'm just gonna put Raticate in D. Nothing is really substantial about Raticate, but for some reason, for me, so we're gonna put it into A tier, and I'm probably gonna just get absolutely flambéed in the comment section below, putting Pidgeot right there. But hey, I like my birds, okay? And when I say I like my birds, that doesn't necessarily mean I like Pharaoh very much. So we're gonna drop it into C. Its design is just not as majestic as you would think. It kind of reminds me of like one of those rat birds that you would see in the park. And I'm not talking about pigeons. Pigeons are rat birds, don't get me wrong. But this one looks more raggedy than a doll. I don't freaking know. We get to Arbok though, and you would think, A is for Arbok, right? Well, fantastic. There's nothing going for Arbok. It sucks in battle, and other than the idea that it's maybe a cool design, maybe it's a cool story, it just doesn't do it for me. I'm gonna put Pikachu actually on here just because it's so iconic, but just like Charizard, it's overrated. It's cute, don't get me wrong, but it's overrated as fuck. Right, you? Join along with them. Anyway, we get to Sandslash, which, if it had its Alolan form, you know, that'd be great. But it doesn't, which means Sandslash, I mean, it's a cool design. I'm putting it C, but it's got nothing going for it. Not in battle. The design's pretty cool, enough to get it to rank C, and pretty much, yeah. As you can tell, I'm not a Gen 1er. I'm not putting stuff in the higher tiers. Like, I don't have my rose-tinted glasses on. In fact, I chucked them down the stairs and intentionally hurt them, okay? So, we got Nidoqueen here. And in fact, I'm gonna literally put both of them right there. I don't know. I just like the battle prowess. It's basically a Swiss Army knife. Sheer force on both of them is just absolutely fantastic. Don't use rivalry on it though. I actually like this pair a lot. Now what I don't like is Clefable. Clefable is one of those fat pieces of trash that you just stall out in battle. You can't break the wall. I asked M and JTV, I'm like, did I single-handedly make you hate Clefable? And I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure it was around 3-4 years, give or take, but I'm pretty sure I did. I still like Clefable, not by much, but I still kind of like it. We get to Ninetales here, though. Ninetales actually was my most favorite. Is that English? Well, it was my favorite Pokemon. Back when I did my top 5, I can't remember when that was, but I'm gonna put it into rank A, because this is not the Alolan form that we're ranking. If it was, then it probably would be S tier, because I don't know. It just looks cool that way. Wigglytuff is not really. Wigglytuff doesn't have anything going for me. Basically, if you want to be Magearna tier, you're gonna have to do something to make me absolutely hate and despise the hell out of you. You're really, like, that's why I'm chucking everything into D tier, you know? Vileplume is actually pretty decent, but not enough. Like, if I were to compare a Pokemon to use in battle, I'd definitely use Venusaur a lot sooner than Vileplume. And, you know, rank D, I don't hate Parasect. Parasect is basically useless, though, so it's like, I can't put it anywhere else, okay? Okay? Venomoth, though. Venomoth's actually kind of cool. I wouldn't give it really the highest grade. I'll give it a C tier, but Dugtrio, though. Dugtrio's definitely B tier. I like using Dugtrio, especially in the story. You find a level 29 one in Diglett's Cave, and it basically carries you throughout the game, and it's fantastic. Persian, on the other hand, nothing really substantial. It's not like I have so much of an issue with it. Golduck, though, I'd definitely put B tier. Like, I've used it in stories before, but, like, the fact that it has Psychic-type moves is nice. I kind of wish it was Psychic-type, but, beggars can't be choosers, huh? Primate is actually, like, I am kind of biased. My favorite type is the Fighting type, if you didn't already know. Yeah. Arcanine. Arcanine's definitely S tier. Arcanine is top tier of Generation 1. I'm not really gonna rank these. Maybe, you know what? I'm probably gonna see what my worst Pokemon is, like my least favorite and my top favorite. We're really gonna see that. And with Poliwrath, even though he's a fighting type, it's just, it doesn't go for me. Like, I just can't do it. I really enjoyed using it. I couldn't tell you. But Alakazam is definitely A tier. I enjoy using Alakazam. It's fast. It's basically a nice usage of attacks. And its design's not bad too. So it's pretty good. And Machamp, I'm not going to put Machamp S tier. I'm going to put Machamp A tier. Because it's really... Okay, so I just did it because it's a fighting type. Okay, sue me. Victory Bell! No thanks. Like, honestly... I have that grass poison tier list. We already know that Venusaur is the top notch, the top dog, the top whatever the hell the animal is. And then Vileplume is in the next tier. But Weeping Bell, that ain't it, man. Tentacruel, though, is pretty decent, actually. I'd rather use Blastoise over it. I'd rather use Golduck over it. But I would definitely rather use it over Poliwrath. That's the thing. And a lot of these are, would I use it in battle? Do you enjoy using it in battle? That's what I've always gone by. And Golem, it's a cool design. Wouldn't use it in battle, but it's definitely better than those Cellar Dwellers. Rapidash, though, I think Rapidash is a really cool Pokemon. I'm gonna put it right here just because I really like the idea of the Pokemon, but Electrode, cool. It's fine. Slowbro, annoying to take down, but still pretty cool. Snorlax, it's hard to tell, actually. Kangaskhan, by itself, you know, not a good Pokemon. But since I have so much disdain for it from Generation 6, go die in a hole! Aerodactyl, it's fast, it's cool, you know, I'm dropping it in A tier. Gyarados, S tier, 100% S tier. Legendaries are overrated, and therefore Mewtwo can just sit in B tier. It's cool, but I feel like it's overrated. Asteroid Mania, I mean, Lapras, you know, I kind of like Lapras, but I'm just going to stick in B tier. Nothing really sticks out to me. Unlike Kabutops, I have no idea why I like Kabutops so much, but it's just up there. Maybe it's when I had it in the PGL way back in 2018. Who knows? Flareon's not bad. It's not the best evolution. It's definitely up there. This B tier is going to be super crowded. Omastar. Not really. I love the other two evolutions, though. Vaporeon is pretty much a fantastic wall. I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. Same with Jolteon. Jolteon's probably, though, S tier. It's my favorite of the Gen 1 evolutions, mainly because Electric is also one of my favorite typings. Still waiting for that fighting Electric type. That would be fantastic. Tauros, on the other hand, nothing really substantial about it. Pinsir, though, can slide back to C. I know why we counted the Mega for Kangaskhan, but that's only because I had so much disdain for it. I fantastically love Mega Pinsir, but we're not gonna go about that. Sea King, nothing really sticks out about it, honestly. I haven't had any real history with it. Same thing with Executor, actually. But Zapdos is definitely A tier. Like, I enjoy using it in battle. It's just an overall fantastic Pokemon. Moltres is not really the best in my opinion, so we'll stick that B. But Dragonite is definitely S tier. It's definitely, like, Dragon is also one of my favorite types. It's not my favorite type, but it's one of my favorites to use. And as far as Mew goes, Mew can just chill with its buddy Mewtwo. Ditto, not really ideal. I guess I'll give it C just because I've had so much usage out of it for breeding Pokemon, but that's about it. Mr. Mime doesn't really have anything going for it, so it's definitely one of those I don't care. Same with Jinx, actually. Jinx, I don't really have any usage for it, I guess. But Starmie, on the other hand, Starmie's definitely an A tier. Hitmonlee. I like the Pokemon, I like the design, but outside of a few different things, it just sits in B tier. Hitmonchan. I like Hitmonlee better. I know the Hitmonchan has a little bit more usage with the different coverages, but I kind of like Hitmonlee a little bit more. Weezing is just an overall a boring Pokemon in my opinion, and Galarian Weezing, you know, I never really used it, but I mean, he might brag about his arena, and stadium, whatever you want to call it. Marowak's not actually bad. I like the design, I actually like the story, and that's probably going to push it up to rank B. Dugong has nothing going for it. It just looks like a sea lion. Farfetch'd, basically the same thing. Nothing substantial about it. Kingler doesn't really have anything jumping off the page for it either, and neither does Hypno. But Gengar here, you know what? I'm going to stick it into rank S. Mach really doesn't have anything going for it. I mean, I'll give it C, just because at least it sticks out a little bit more than the ones. I look down in the D tier. Cloister, though. Cloister, I'll give it B. Dodrio would have been fantastic if it, I mean, I like birds, but it's like, then we get to Articuno, which is, in my opinion, the worst of the legendary birds, so it gets to chill in the C tier. As we can see, we have one Pokemon in the Magearna tier. There's no real ways around it, so we're just gonna leave Kangaskhan as the worst Pokemon on the tier list. But out of the S tier, who is the best? We have Nidoking, Nidoqueen, Arcanine, Gyarados, Jolteon, Gengar, and Dragonite. How odd that I don't have a fighting type here. But the Pokemon who I seem to think is my favorite, what would that be? I honestly, I don't know why. Maybe you'll find out in the future. Who knows? But I'm going to say Jolteon. I think Jolteon is my favorite type. Kind of wavered off a bit competitively. I don't know what tier it sits on because I haven't battled in so long, but I always like the fast electric types. It's fantastic. I would say Dragonite. It's like a little mix of these three mainly. Those three kind of give me the best type of vibe. So let me hear what your ideas for S tier, top of the tier, or Magearna tier down in the comments section below. But if you did enjoy, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join the squad today, as that's how we climb back to the top. Anyway, I'll catch you back at the top later on with Generation 2's tier list, because that is how we do what? Really, you're gonna be seeing these Christmas decorations for such a long time.